I remember that a long time ago, between the ages of like 10 and 15, I would used to have this pretty regularly when it was hot outside, when it was like summer or spring. I remember that at least once per week, especially during the holidays, there would come this interesting time where I would sometimes wake up at 5 a.m. Now, I don't know if this was foreshadowing for my later parts if my in my life, where I would leverage this superpower to its greatest. But at that time, I didn't realize just how overpowered this technique truly was. Back then, I was still waking up at 7 a.m., even during the weekends and even during the school week. And my father used to always wake me up with the same phrase, "Come on, froggies, jump out of the bed. It's time for school." And yeah, I used to really hate that because I had to get up and I was literally seconds after waking up, so I still had that. Uh, so I was still pretty sleepy and I wasn't even refined. I wasn't even fully awake, and I already had to go there and get tortured by knowledge that I would never even use in the first place. But whatever. Back then, this time was very special for me, and I still remember everything that I used to do back then. I remember that there was this one time in summer. I don't remember of what year, but I was like 14 to 13 years old probably. I just woke up at 5 a.m. exactly, or I think give or take a couple of minutes, and I just looked out of my window and I literally saw the sun slowly rising with me, and it was such a beautiful memory, and I still remember it to this day. But right then afterwards, after I finished watching it after like 10 minutes, of course, I started doing the same bad habit that had captivated me for years and that would never let me go, which is to watch social media. That's right. Seconds after getting out of my bed, after watching that beautiful thing, and after what could have been a nice and a fulfilling, productive day, I decided to sacrifice all of that potential and go straight to YouTube and watch some bullshit content in there. And of course, my family would get up after like 3 hours, and yeah, I would still retain the same sleeping and waking up schedule. I would still go to sleep at like 10 p.m. and wake up at like 7 a.m., and that would last for years. And then when I started to wake up at 5 a.m., when I truly dedicated myself to my self evolution journey, I remember that for the first 6 months, when I started to wake up at 5 a.m., I just had no clear objective, right? Like all of these self improvement gurus and all of these self improvement coaches tell you to wake up at 5 a.m. and get straight to the grind. But what does the grind even mean? What are you supposed to accomplish before school or before that important part of the day? What are you supposed to work on? That is something that I wondered heavily about for so long. I remember that before I actually set clear objective for myself, in these early parts of my self-evolution journey in the morning, I remember that I was just getting my steps up, which is basically like jumping on my indoor trampoline or jumping on my fitness ball that I have at home, and sometimes I would even reach my daily goal, which was 7,000 steps. And I was supposed to get that during the entire day, and not just, you know, try hard it in the morning and get it right away. And I would also sometimes even pull out some YouTube and watch some anime content. Yeah, it was kind of all over the place, and I had no clear objectives whatsoever. But then after a while, I wondered what activity would be the best for me to do in the morning that would, you know, won't be mandatory in the afternoon. What could I get out of the way? Right. What could I get done as the first thing in the morning and then never have to think about it for the rest of the day? Well, it was exercising. Hmm, that's really nice. What could I also do? Oh, I could also do research, and later on, I can also read books. And suddenly, I had all of these healthy habits suddenly coming together, forming this nice synthesis of a morning routine, and a pretty productive one it was. And suddenly I realized that your morning routine is supposed to be the perfect foundation for the rest of your day. You see, sometimes my parents told me and asked me, "Hey TR, how are you so productive? Like, how can you put up with all of this?" Because whenever they see me, I'm watching some kind of educational video, or I'm reading some kind of a book, or I'm being active in online communities, and they rarely even see me, watching some kind of anime content. And they say to me, "Do you even like doing this?" And I say to them, "Yeah, because I'm aligned to the frequency of being in that productive zone 24/7. I just like it. I enjoy it. And I indulge in it each and every single day." And you see, the way that I was able to sustain that over the long term is because I started to plan out my morning routines exactly to the minute. And when you start to do that, let me tell you, the rest of your day just follows. Because there's a saying that goes, if you want to have successful years, you must have successful months. If you want to have successful months, you have to have successful weeks. If you want to have successful weeks, you have to have successful days. And if you want to have successful days, you have to have successful mornings. And this is 100% true. And it has been proven to me countless amounts of times. That means that if you just stay there in bed, if you wake up at if you wake up at 5 a.m. just like me, just to watch the sunrise once per week, and then you, God forbid, go watch some social media garbage content, or even worse, you go back to bed and you fall asleep once again, of course, you will remain a bum for the rest of the day. Yeah, sure, you will still be aligned to the frequency of being productive since you're on self evolution and you don't have bad intentions, but you won't be attuned to the exact frequency of productivity, if that makes sense. You won't be able to fulfill your potential in the day when you start it the wrong way. Your morning is the foundation to your entire day. That's a bar. You need to write that down. Your morning is the foundation to your entire day. And when I'm saying morning, I basically mean the 2 first hours in the day after you wake up. Those are the most crucial ones when it comes to your productivity and your health overall. So you must leverage them to their fullest potential. So, what kind of good habits do you want to do? Do you want to watch some educational videos? Do you want to meditate, exercise, gratitude journal? Do you want to be online in online communities, for example? Do you want to record YouTube videos? Get some coding done? Do you want to, I don't know. The options are limitless. Basically, everything that involves you in the health and wealth categories. You cannot really talk to people that early in the morning. I mean, you can still call people that are not in your time zones, of course, but mainly focus on the wealth and health category, and that will lay a perfect foundation for yourself in the future and for the rest of the day. And one last thing that you have to remember, that morning has to be not just once per week, not just 3 times per week, but the entire week. Meaning that from now on, you will not take a rest day from this morning routine. You will continue to fulfill it for the rest of your life, right? Because let me tell you, after a while, you will start to enjoy it, and you won't use discipline to fulfill it, but motivation to complete it. Because let me tell you, bro, once you experience the feeling of delayed gratification, you will never want to go back. You will just want to continue. You will be tunnel visioned for the next morning so that you can fulfill it to its greatest. That's why I highly suggest that you must get yourself basically a Notion template where you can set like these habit trackers and you can follow them the entire time. But that's only optional if you struggle with maintaining good habits, because of course it will be like a video game and it will heavily help you with staying consistent. But if you don't need it, then that's okay. I'm just saying that you just need to stay consistent on this, because this will make you highly unlikely to ever play video games ever again. If you lay a strong foundation for yourself in the morning and you continue that productive momentum for the rest of the day, you will never want to play video games for the rest of your life. You will never want to scroll on social media, and you will never want to fap ever again because you get your fulfillment, that dopamine hits from your productive morning routine and from your entire day from being fulfilled. Yeah, sure, you will still scroll from time to time, you will still fap from time to time, and yeah, sure, you will sometimes, but it will be a huge sometimes, play video games with your like younger siblings or with some old family members. But what matters is that you won't do those bad habits intentionally, but unintentionally, just because you want to just spend some time with them and because you've been working so hard that you kind of deserve to have some nostalgia, but only like once per month. Maximum, okay? Only once per month. No more. If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like-minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true blood-bonded brothers with whom you can talk about any kind of topic and any kind of life lesson that you wish, and they will give you life advice on it like there is no tomorrow, and they have powerful habit trackers to get your ass and surpass you right away. Then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please harness it and join us on the path towards greatness. I know that you'll find your place in there, unlike with the 99% of people. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you want, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free book about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most, and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee success in the long term and in the short term by mending your mental health and bringing you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life test, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life changing, and you would be an absolute fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you